Hey, thanks for watching this video. I am doing an eBay BOLO. Be on the lookout for spring 2021. It's starting to get back up and warm. People are outsourcing, whether that's thrifting, garage sale, retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, or you just finding an awesome, amazing deal. So these are some things that eBay's algorithm have shown are things that buyers are looking for and buyers are actually buying. My name is Jocelyn and I call myself the PhD reseller because I like to resell. I resell and I also have a PhD, and I like to find out information for people who watch these videos, for you to find interesting content, for you to grow your business and to find the best deals and the best way to make more money on your eBay store. Now, I'll admit I didn't get this information myself. I found this on a website called Web Tailor, so I'm going to give props and credit, and I will link that website in the description. So if you want to go back and look at it yourself, you're more than welcome to. But what they've done is they used another website that pulled the data and they laid it out really nicely for you. But it's a little bit long-tailed, so I went ahead and just created a presentation so you can see it really quickly, and also pulled out some of the products that what they were describing so you can see what they are. So get out a pen and paper and start looking at some things that you might want to look at when you're going out this spring. The first category is baby. All right, so babies are always good places to start and filling up your online store. So let's look at what was trending in babies. So the first one on the left is baby monitors. So that's something that you would be looking for. Everyone always likes to have these little baby monitors. I remember, I don't have children, but I had nieces and nephews, and it was a lot easier to have it would have been nicer to have a baby monitor 20 years ago than to get up every 5 minutes or 15 minutes to double check on the baby. The second one is developmental baby toys. And you can say this is just really sort of simple. Nothing too complicated. It works with your fingers, and you can also learn with these, learn the numbers and letters and stuff. And I see a lot of these all the time, and I think they're pretty, kind of not on the high end of stuff. And this might be even something if you want to develop your own product, you might also want to find these. The other one that I found was plush baby toys. So plushes is always good. And reversible mini plushes were also a hot seller on Amazon as well. So if you have an Amazon business, these are things that you should be looking for as well. And I think this was I don't know what that is, some kind of octopus. I don't know babies, so I have to go with what the internet tells me what these things are. The next category is business category and things that sell for businesses. And this makes a lot of sense. These are things that you and I are going to be using, and also the public are going to be using on a daily basis. So the most popular trending items on eBay was disposable face mask, shipping and moving boxes, and envelopes and mailers. Now, the thing about on the left-hand side, disposable face masks, these are still only restricted to certain sellers on eBay. I would not recommend going out and getting face masks. Even if you have an awesome deal, you can't sell them anywhere unless you've already got them established. So, but if somebody has the ability to do it, sure, but I would not recommend buying face masks because you just can't sell them anywhere unless you were to sell them on your own website. And they are pretty abundant everywhere now. When COVID started a year ago, you couldn't find them. So they're everywhere. The grocery store, the Dollar Tree, Home Depot, everywhere. So, it's the highest, it's a good trending item, but I wouldn't recommend you going out and buying those. Shipping and mailing boxes. I know, oh gosh, I have all kinds of shipping and mailing boxes. They take over, I think, more than the inventory in my life. And then also envelopes and mailers. And I know for myself, I like interesting mailers. I'm always looking for something a little bit different. So that might be something you want to look at if you want to look at designing a mailer and something that maybe not other people have a different design, a different color. But if you find a great deal, that might be something that you want to actually have. But I use these every single day. The next one was under cameras and photos. On the left-hand side is camera drones. And I know that camera drones was used a lot in real estate, and where people would, especially for during COVID, where people were going in and needing to get a view of the property because people couldn't go places, but they're just fun anyways. I've never had one, but I just think it's fun, especially when I see them and I see like the really high aerial photos. I'm like, that's so cool. The second one, which was a little bit weird, camcorders. So camcorders, I can understand as the phones become more locked down. And for example, I have a Google Pixel and they don't have an SD card on it. And I'm limited on a certain amount of space. And if I have lots of photos and photos and videos, I just lock it up. And I'm starting to get to the point where my phone is just getting so bogged down. And so, but iPad's a little too big. And now people just want camcorders now. Just going back to taking videos again. That's kind of old school. Sometimes what's old is new again, and what's new is old again. The third one is lighting kits. I have one that looks just like this one. And it has a little folding out thing, and it has a place where you can hold the camera. It holds your phone. And then also the two lighting things. And this just folds up really nicely, and I can place it in the corner. But as you have more and more people going out here and they're realizing that just throwing up their stuff online just isn't going to work anymore, that they actually have to put a little bit more effort into their photos. And if you have a place like me, I don't have a lot of natural light in my house, so it doesn't matter what time of the day, I just cannot get a good photo in unless I wishes to go outside. Now, going outside with a bunch of stuff just isn't going to be feasible. Do check out my other spring bolos. I put out one for Etsy, and I put out one for Mercari. And I'm also going to put out one, so this one's for eBay, and I'm going to put out one for Amazon, and I'm also going to put out one for Poshmark. So if you like these spring bolos, if you're on these other websites, also check those videos out as well. The next one is cell phones and accessories. So not exactly a cell phone that's in this picture, but you get the gist of it. Cell phones and smartphones, those will always be hot buy. I know for myself, I have purchased a couple of cell phones from eBay, refurbished phones that when I didn't want to buy a new phone, my other phone went clunky or conked out, and maybe I was waiting for the next model, and I just needed a phone because the phone broke, and I didn't feel like going out and buying a new one. So definitely cell phones and smartphones. The second one is headsets. So headsets are a great item to include if you go out and find a good deal on those. And then cases, covers, and skins. Any sort of thing. I know for, again, myself, I have bought all of my cases, covers, and skins that I have for the past 15 years off of eBay. And I've often buy those used. And I get them from my dad because he can't figure out how to get one. So he's in his, late 70s. And whenever I get him a phone, I just go on eBay and send him one. It's really nice to send it to him, and that gets mailed to him. The next one is clothing, shoes, and accessories. Now, this was an interesting trend, very much so that I need to maybe look at myself of improving. The trend was men's. So men's t-shirts. And men's t-shirts, these were also Amazon bestsellers for clothing. So if you are ungated, I believe clothing is gated in Amazon. So if you're ungated, I know TJ Maxx also often has a lot of these sorts of items discounted on sale. I might have to go over there today and go look for those. The other one is socks, and especially like these athletic socks, and also hats. And if you ever find like these vintage trucker hats, those do really well. And even if they're all beat up, people still tend to buy those sorts of things. So you can buy new ones and used ones as well. And I would definitely say there's a trend of like athletic, still relaxed. People are getting outside and they're realizing that they've gained a little bit of weight and they just want to get out there and be athletic, and maybe their clothes doesn't fit. And they don't want to spend a lot of money on a bunch of clothes that may not fit in a couple months when they lose some weight. Another one that was popular that didn't include on here was Crocs. And these were popular for both women and men. And also on Amazon, these were also a hot seller. Now, I'm not sure if Crocs are gated. I probably assume that they are. I don't know. I've never tried to sell on the clothing side. Another thing that is very popular on Amazon and on eBay was shapewear. Women are now getting out again. We've been sitting around, starting to maybe not fit in the clothes, and we don't want to go buy any new clothes. But we want to just make sure we kind of keep all these jibblies and stuff a little more tighter. And so shapewear, whether or not those are panties or briefs or long johns. I don't think you call them long johns, but you get what I mean. The next popular category is consumer electronics. Headphones, again, was a popular item. Media streamings, and especially on Amazon, the Echo, the Dot, the Fire Stick. Now, you are gated in those. Amazon's not going to let you sell any of their stuff, but it's a great way of, you can sell them on eBay if you want to. Now, I have a Roku, and I actually have two Rokus. I have a Roku TV, actually three. I have a Roku TV, a Roku in my bedroom, and a Roku in my office. So I love my Roku, and they're fairly cheap, so be real mindful of that. They're not very expensive. So if you find something, check to see how much they are. I think the new ones, I can't even tell you how much the new ones are. I'm not going to tell you. But yes, so they were also, like I said, big sellers on Amazon as well. Security cameras. This was probably 15 of the top consumer electronics also on eBay and on Amazon was security cameras. And particularly people are realizing that, they don't want to spend a lot of money on a subscription. They can just go and buy these sorts of things, have an app, connect it up, and they can find all of those things, and they can make their own security system. They don't have to pay Brinks or ADT $60, $70, $80 for something that they can have in their home and do it themselves. My question for you is, what are some BOLOs that you have discovered? Are you finding that some of the things that do you agree with this? Do you not agree with this? What are some things that you find that are quick flippers that are selling really well? Where are you going out and buying those BOLOs that you are discovering? The next category is health and beauty. Health and beauty has always been an easy seller in there, and I think as more and more people are getting out there, we are going back to trying to look pretty good. I know during COVID, there was a lot of issues with some of the hygienic products like soap and stuff just weren't selling because it's like, I'm at home. I smell a little bit. It's all right. So let's look at what is actually selling. Weight loss supplements over here on the right hand side. So this one was a hot seller, weight loss supplement. Just be really careful. I know that, if you are doing these, there's a guy on YouTube that gets a lot of these from like bins and stuff, and he sells a good bit. You just got to be really careful. Just be really careful because I would never buy it unless it had the original seal in it and it had the original box that was not messed with. You don't want to buy something that people ingest and make themselves sick. But I want to believe that, anyways, I know they're hot sellers. The second one, the middle one, is men's fragrances. So if you've got some, and it's coming up, Father's Day is coming up. Mother's Day is coming up. It's about less than a month. I think it's about a month away. So you definitely want to go start ahead and looking at those. Again, TJ Maxx, Ross, those might be some good places to go. I need to go there today. Keep talking about it. And then the third one is vitamins and minerals. And so we are, especially a lot of people believe that the healthier they are, the less they'll be able to maybe get sick for whatever reasons. I'm not going to talk about the things that are going on, but that's really why people do it, just so they can have better health overall. And vitamins and minerals are important. Again, I would never buy anything that did not have the original seal, because even if it has the gold seal on the inside, I don't know if you've ever done this, but there's been times where I've popped something up and it had the seal on it and it was used, right? So just double check on those. Be real careful on these sorts of things. The next one is home and garden. Let's see what's going on in the home and garden section. So power tool batteries. So not so much the power tools, but the power tool batteries was what? Because a lot of people already have the power tools and they just need the batteries. Batteries don't last forever. The tools last a lot longer than the batteries do. So if you're going out and finding some, you could do that. This is probably going to start going away, which was space heaters. And this might be just a small place in somebody's office. And as the temperatures change, maybe you just need just a little bit of heat and you don't want to turn on the heat. Save on some money. The third one was string lights, and also they called it fairy lights. More people are going outside, so you see a trend. We're getting outside. What are some things that you would want? And people like to decorate their decks with this and decorate their homes. Maybe they're starting to have more people coming over, and they just want these things to look really nice and pretty. So this is string lights and fairy lights in the home and garden. Jewelry and watches. Father's Day, Mother's Day is coming up. Let's see what's going on. So wristwatch bands. I know for myself, the band doesn't last as long as the watch. I don't want to get rid of the watch. The watch is perfectly fine. I just need a new wristwatch band. Another one, be careful, don't get a Rolex or anything like that, but this is a Rolex watch. Jewelry, watches, wristwatches are really popular. And then necklaces and pendants. For people who are liking to make jewelry, they like the pendants. And for those people who are interested in jewelry, necklaces and earrings, I think are the most popular things to sell. Musical instruments and gears. So on the left hand side, we have these strings for the guitars. I know I had one I had ordered from online just to see if it was worth me getting, and it wasn't even, and it sold. So that was a while ago. People, if you have a guitar, I have a guitar and I was trying to learn how to play it and I tightened the strings too much and they popped. And I needed to get some new strings. Now, I took it to a place because I had no clue about how to string it. But people who know how to do it, it's very common for you to pop those strings. So people who know how to change the strings out are looking for a quick, easy way. And they're really small and they're light to ship. So they're not that, they're probably going to go under the 4 ounces. Microphones and wireless systems. More and more people are going out and doing things like YouTube videos and vlogging, and also we still have a lot of people that are working from home and they're realizing that the computer system, the microphone just doesn't work for them. I use a microphone. I use a Yeti whenever I do any sort of online or video content. And the third one is electric guitars. Everyone always likes to play some electric guitars, learn how to do that. It's you can see there's a lot of things. So it's not just the guitars. It can be the amplifier, the strings, the picks, the straps, the cases, all sorts of things. So electrical guitars are also a big popular item. The next one is pet supplies, and this is probably my popular one, but interesting enough, the ones that I sell aren't really on here. Then they are live plants. That was the first one. People want live plants. And I believe this is like to put in their aquarium. But I also see a lot of people who buy live plants for their homes, for seeds, those types of things. Be really careful about live plants. You're going to have to learn how to package them if you do send them out, because they're going to be in hot, humid climates, and you want to make sure that you have some way that they are going to not dry out by the time they get to your location. The third one on the left-hand side was live invertebrates. And I believe this has to do with the garden, and they think that they do help to have nutrients or eat bugs or something. I don't really know. But I know whenever I see any types of worms or snails or anything, I love those in my garden. And again, you're going to want to make sure that these are animals. I'm an animal lover, so make sure that you know how to package and ship these. You don't want to send these off and they arrive dead. And the other one on the right hand side was reptile supplies. So I guess reptiles are a new thing that's going on. More and more people are getting those. And whether or not, and it doesn't have to be the worms or any worms or insects. It can be rocks, it can be lamps. And I would be really careful about milling the cases. They're going to be hard, and they're going to be hard to do because they're going to be glass. If you like this comment, if you like this video, I would appreciate it if you like this video. Subscribe to my channel and turn on the notifications so you'll get notified when I do the other videos as well, and anything else that I have coming up. Let's look at the next category, which is sporting goods. People are getting out. We want to go out and do this. Now, I'm going to show you some stuff that you may or may not agree with, but it is what it is. I don't put in any personal things on here. You choose what you're going to buy as well. So pistols. So gun parts for pistols. Those were popular. Magazines and hunting red dot and laser scopes. I don't know anything about that. I don't have guns. I've been in ROTC and I've fired a fake gun, but I don't believe in those sorts of things. But hey, some people do, and I respect everybody's whatever they want to do. The next one is toys and hobbies. Let's see what's going on. Collectible cards, and it's individual collectible cards. And I believe there's a website or an app. I don't remember which one it is, where you can actually scan these things and it'll tell you which was the value of those. I know a lot of people get rid of their Pokemon cards and they're not quite sure which ones are of value. Definitely want to double check to make sure. Some of them are individual ones are going to be worth a lot of money. The other one was action figures from TVs, movies, and video games. So any of these action figures, like Creature from the Black Lagoon, that would be great. I know a lot of times people collect these, and I see all these all the time at yard sales or garage sales. So this is probably something that's, if it's in great condition, even not, there's a lot of people who'll just get a whole bunch of them. They've used them, and maybe they've realized that they don't have the room for them anymore, and they'll go and get rid of them. And this is Magic the Gathering sealed booster. It says sealed booster packs. I don't know much about this. I believe I got this I got a Magic the Gathering from an auction. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. I got 2 of them on sale right now. So this does make sense. I would have never picked this up if I had never had seen these sorts of things. The other category that's doing well is travel. We've got the COVID vaccine. I hear it all the time. We've got the vaccine. I'm going out. I'm tired of being in this house. This is where we're going. So people are traveling. So you want to make sure that you are doing appeasing to this. Now, one of these may be a little bit harder for you to actually try to sell, but you never know. On the left-hand side was travel accessories. I know for myself, I love face mask. When eye mask. When I go travel, I always use the eye mask, and it's got like these little beads on it. It's nice and cool. I put these things on, and I am out like a light on a plane. Even if I've got the issues with jet lag, These put me right to sleep. The other one in the middle is luggage. People are looking for, maybe if you want to pull out your luggage and then realizing, I want some kind of something cool. So if you see some nice luggage that's on sale, I would also make sure that if you do sell things like luggage, probably the smaller pieces might be a little bit better. I know with more people, with the whole, you have to pay for luggage, people are kind of looking for smaller ones versus the bigger ones. The bigger ones are for things like, you're going on a long trip. And the smaller ones, I like the ones that are maybe about as high as my knee, because they'll fit a good amount of stuff, like just a weekend away if I'm going on a plane trip. And more important, people are actually going out there. Make sure you check the weights on these, because some of these are going to be heavy and they're going to be expensive. So check the weights. If you are going to be trying to sell these, get a couple of boxes in order to get those, or Frankenbox it. And then the third thing was lodging. And this might be something for you to look at. People were selling off hotel rooms. And I think most of these were coming from the businesses that actually own these sorts of things. But you might find some great deals as well. So don't just discount these as you as a seller. You've got to do some things for yourself. So you might find some great deals for traveling, for lodging. The next one is video games and consoles. Any sorts of video games. I don't know video games, so do start checking them out to double check to make sure that you know which ones they are. Video game merchandise. So I don't know what this is. Is it Pokemon? I thought some kind of Pokemon watch or something. If it's not, let me know. If you say, girl, that's not what that is. And then video game controllers and attachments. I know I have a few Wii stuff that I need to get rid of myself, but not ready to get rid of them quite yet. I'm hoping that maybe I'll clean up a little bit and play my Michael Jackson Experience, which I just heard was a pretty good one. I'm like, I have one of those. I think my dad has one too. Might have to go and steal it from him. All right, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Happy thrifting, happy spring, happy April, and thanks again for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.